What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Racy Podcast. This is your host, Cristopher Zamora. Welcome to the show. So today, guys, I want to speak to you about Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach actually gave Gervonta Davis a great fight, to be honest. Wow. When I first heard of Lamont Roach, I really thought that Gervonta Davis was going to KO him like in the 6th or 7th round, because like everybody else, we underestimated this guy. Almost every single person in the whole world, man, underestimated Lamont Roach, and I was one of those people as well. Wow, he gave him a great fight, and I started watching the fight around the later rounds, starting around round 8 or so. Like, I was surprised that the fight was still going on. I thought like Gervonta Davis was going to KO him like around round 6 or 7, but no. On that time, I was actually watching the Elimination Chamber for the WWE. I was watching that instead of the actual fight. But once I was finished watching the Elimination Chamber, that's when I tuned in for the boxing fight for Gervonta Davis. And wow, this guy wasn't just hitting him really good and getting the better shots at him in the later rounds. Tank Davis was actually in trouble. Like, he was getting wobbled against Lamont Roach. Nobody really thought about this, except maybe like the actual people, like the fans that he had. But wow, this guy was actually giving him a good fight. And I really thought, like, after this fight was actually done, I really thought that this fight was going to go to Gervonta Davis no matter what. Like, I really thought that they were just going to rob this guy. And they did somehow. Around round 9, Gervonta Davis made the choice of actually taking a knee. That has never really happened before in boxing at all. Why would somebody take a freaking knee just like that and the ref didn't even count it as a knockdown at all? It's just like a timeout. He got like a free timeout just out of nowhere, man. That has never really happened before. And there was also like an interview of Canelo Alvarez, the main boxer of this generation, saying that should have been a 10-8 round. Like, it should have gone to 10 points to Lamont Roach and 8 points for Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis, he got lucky on that, man. They didn't even count that as a knockdown at all. And if that actually they count it as a knockdown, then he would have lost the fight. Yeah, man, that really does suck for Lamont Roach. He could have gotten the victory against Gervonta Davis, one of the biggest faces of boxing today, and he was just robbed, man. It really did suck for him, because he worked so hard to get this win against some great boxer of our time, and it was just taken away from him just like that. It really does suck, man. But now supposedly we're going to get a rematch. But damn, man, a rematch can make a huge difference. A rematch can go either way, to be honest. Like, Gervonta Davis can actually learn the mistakes that he has made and adjust to them, and actually KO'd him, like how everybody initially thought he was going to do it at first. Or Lamont Roach can actually make his adjustments and be even better than the very first match against Gervonta. I don't know, man. It really does suck for Lamont Roach, dude. I really do feel bad for him. That guy worked his ass off, man, and just to get a draw against Gervonta Davis, he should have gotten a win against Gervonta, but I feel like the people, like, the people that are in charge of boxing, they were favoring Gervonta Davis to win this fight, and that's why we actually got a draw. I think maybe that was a better decision, Cause I was thinking that yeah, maybe they were still gonna give it to Gervonta Davis, no matter what. Like how he fought Isaac Cruz. Like I really was sure that this fight was going to be a draw. Isaac Cruz against Gervonta Davis. But no, they gave it to Gervonta. Now the other way around. I thought that Gervonta Davis was going to get the win, but no, he actually got a draw. Yeah, man. Lamont Roach did deserve that win. But can he actually come back? Can he actually do it again or even better than before? That would be awesome if he can get a win against Gervonta, but as of right now, Gervonta Davis is unbeaten. He's not undefeated anymore, but he is unbeaten. He has no losses yet. But he has that draw in his record now. Yeah, man. This is going to be an interesting fight to see how they both adjusted from the very first fight. So I'm wondering if Lamont Roach can actually get the win against him again or not. And now, speaking of sports, I want to speak to you about MMA. Alex Pereira versus Ankalaev. I feel like this fight, lots of people are saying that Alex Pereira might KO Ankalaev very early, but I doubt it. He might KO him in the later rounds. Yes, Alex Pereira has the knockout power and everything, but Ankalaev, man, I looked at his stats. This guy has never been KO'd before, and I don't think it's going to start like in the very first or second or third round. I don't think that's not going to happen. Maybe in the later rounds against Alex Pereira, but maybe it could potentially even go to a decision. No matter who gets the better shots between them. Yeah, Ankalaev, he has a chin. This guy has never been KO'd before, and let's see if Alex Pereira can actually take him down. I'll be very surprised, man, if he actually like KOs him in the very first round. I'll be like, damn, man, this guy is one of the greats right now. Definitely one of the greats of this generation and maybe of all time if he actually does that. But I doubt it. I doubt it's gonna happen soon. It's not gonna happen in the early rounds, nor in the third round. Somewhere in the later rounds, maybe like in late fifth round or so. But I highly doubt it he's gonna do it early. That's gonna be a good fight, man. I'm waiting to see what will happen on that fight. The Justin Gaethje fight, I'm not really sure of his opponent, so I cannot really make a prediction on that one. Justin Gaethje, I know that he did fight against Dustin Poirier, and I was really going for Dustin Poirier to beat Justin Gaethje, and just like out of nowhere, dude, he just KO'd, man, Dustin Poirier on the second round. I was so disappointed, like, man, he was I think for me it was a huge upset because I was going for Dustin, and I really thought that maybe they might not KO each other at all, but it happened. It freaking happened. Dustin Poirier got KO'd on the second round, but then he fought Max Holloway, Justin Gaethje. He fought him and he got KO'd, and guess what? He got KO'd on the very last second of the fifth round. That's so surprising, dude, because when has that ever happened before in the UFC? Never. I highly doubt anybody has ever gotten KO on the last second of the fifth round. That's like very rare, to be honest. And wow, dude, that's so crazy. He got KO on the very last second of the fifth round. Yeah, but I am excited though. Alex Pereira, I'm sure that he is gonna get the win against Ankalaev. Not in the early rounds, but definitely maybe a knockout against Ankalaev or a decision win. If it's a decision, then it can go either way, to be honest. Maybe Ankalaev might get even better shots, or maybe he might take him down, and the judges, they might even count the takedowns even more than him actually punching Ankalaev. So we don't know, man. This is like a 50-50 fight, to be honest. Maybe like a 75. No, that's too much. 45 to 50. Okay, I'm not good at math. But you know what I'm saying? Alex Pereira, man. Alex Pereira might actually get the win against him. We will see, man. I'm excited, though, to actually see it. This is going to be a good one, man. And yeah, guys, that is it for this podcast. Hey, thank you so much for listening. I post every single Tuesday an episode for the podcast. I always post at around 11 a.m. Central Time if you are wondering and if you are brand new to the channel. And yeah, guys, that is it for this podcast. Again, thank you so much for listening. Make sure to follow this podcast on whichever platform you are listening to it. If you are listening to it on Spotify, YouTube, Pandora, make sure to follow it. And also recommend this podcast to a friend or a neighbor that actually likes listening to stuff about combat sports, horror stuff, and anything pop culture related. Maybe they will enjoy this podcast as much as you do. And yeah, guys, that is it. Take care and live to the fullest. Bye.